Yeah. Hey, this that special sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry on these songs. What's good? What's good? What's good? We back in the motherfucking Doja Room. This is post Super Bowl Sunday. And if you can see the title of the video, you already know what this is about. They're deeming this the worst Super Bowl halftime of all time. Now, this is not just Drake fans and stans saying this. Don't just take my word for it. Just look out at the general consensus around the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good for the boy Kendrick Lamar. Now, in my opinion, we've had so many iconic Super Bowl performances. Is this the worst Super Bowl halftime of all time? I would say it's in the running. And I only say that because I haven't personally confirmed with my own research and due diligence if this was truly the worst performance of all time. But what I can tell you from my own opinion and from my own eyes was this performance was 100% definitely mid. We've seen Kendrick, and we know Kendrick to be capable of much better, much more. But last night, this performance just was not giving the performance that was hyped up. Now you see it playing in the background here a little bit, get a little preview of what we saw last night and what everyone waited for. And all credit to Kendrick Lamar. His fans seem to enjoy it. And the Super Bowl lost about 1.3 million viewers after the halftime show was up. So, all of those people were here to see the Kendrick show, and then they got the fuck on. But when we go beyond, the regular teams and the regular actors in the space, you quickly see that the general consensus and what most people feel as far as this performance goes was it was boring. It wasn't really that good. And right now we're going to just be going through some of the general reactions. I just want to get the reactions of the people because going through this last night in real time, I thought was very interesting. Now, a lot of things were trending. Drake was trending number 3 or number 2. Then he completely disappeared off the trending charts. And I wonder why of that. I don't know if that's something that they, kind of set up or if everything else was really just trending that much. But Drake was trending number 2 or 3. And it was funny to just see him drop off like that. But soon thereafter, we saw Wayne trending. We saw Prince trending. And we're going to break down and get into a little bit why these people were trending at that time. But I want to give a fair shot and give some of the favorable reactions too. It says, for all those of y'all who weren't outside, the media tore Serena to shreds for crip walking at Wimbledon. Her coming back to do a dance that references a culture she's actually a part of during a live performance criticizing someone for being a culture vulture is a chef's kiss. Now, yeah, I'm not even going to make too many comments on that because you see where that one is at. You're talking about Drake being a culture vulture. Okay. Kendrick knew Trump was in attendance and he still did that. Epic. I don't know what. There's a lot of people taking this angle of Kendrick doing some super revolutionary shit in front of Trump or sending Trump a message. Let me be the first to say Kendrick wasn't doing any of that shit. Okay. There's a lot of niggas out here acting like he did some super black power message in front of, like, even, and I fucks with Trump. But even if Trump was paying attention, or if that's what he was actually doing. I don't think Trump is smart enough to get all of that, or even if he isn't, even if he is smart enough, I don't think he gets all the cultural references and things like that to even know what's going on. It says Serena Williams crip walking to a song about you being a pedophile has to hurt extensionally. Kendrick Lamar performing Not Like Us and calling Drake a pedo in front of 100 million viewers live at the Super Bowl is going down in history. This is funny because let's just go into what Mans was saying. It says all Kendrick has been saying leading up to this is how he prefers living in the present. So I don't know why people are expecting him to do a full greatest hits performance. That being said, I don't think the delivery of the lesser known songs was strong enough to outdo the impact of what his bigger hits would have done instead. But I respect the reasoning. And this is just, as you can see, one of Kendrick's biggest glazers. He's running damage control. Because Kendrick has been getting completely eviscerated. You wouldn't be able to tell from here. With these curated tweets, but let's just keep going. It says absolutely not. Drake took hella shots at her. Plus, she's from Compton. Overruled. So it says fuck it. Kendrick Lamar's full Super Bowl halftime show. He posted a full halftime show, which Samuel Jackson even made an appearance, which I think it was dope. The Samuel Jackson touch was pretty dope. I like how he did that there, but the overall performance up until he started, performing Squabble Up, it was fairly basic. This was something that we could have seen at the Grammy show. This was something that we could have seen, I mean, it was fairly basic, and that's just, how it was very mid. It was very mid. Beyonce won Artist of the Year. Doechii won Best Rap Album. Kendrick won Rap Album of the Year, and all of that bullshit. He won like 5 albums, so you gotta go that best rap album, whatever. Serena Williams was crip walking on stage. Jalen Hurts finally fine as hell, and the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. This is truly a beautiful Black History Month. So let's see what's trending today. You got the Eagles still trending. Serena is still trending heavily. I don't see Kendrick trending at all. We see Kanye trending, but let's start going into the uncurated tweets. And just get into what most people were saying. It says Drake watching Kendrick put on one of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows in history. Man, Kendrick Lamar's that's his full halftime show. People just posting the halftime show. So the funniest part about Kendrick Lamar's trash Super Bowl halftime performance is that the audience didn't know any of the songs from this GNX album, an album that was critical acclaimed and debuted at #1 after his rap beef with Drake. And so many people are running interference because, you would think so many eyes would be on Kendrick and everybody would be, like I said, glazing him to high heaven, that, people would know these songs and know a little bit of something else besides Mustard. But, shout out to Mustard in the background here. But yeah, it just wasn't really, it wasn't really giving that. I need y'all to remember Kendrick spent millions of his own money on the Super Bowl. He spent his own money to get on stage and flop because he was more concerned with dissing Drake than playing his own hits. And he definitely teased the Not Like Us record for the ending of his performance all throughout, I guess, to keep you latched on. And he took a couple of shots here and there in the performance. But it just wasn't giving that. It says Drake seeing people saying Kendrick Lamar had the worst Super Bowl halftime performance of all time, which a lot of people were saying. The Super Bowl lost 1.3 million viewers after Kendrick Lamar finished his halftime show. Kendrick Lamar leveraged his platform to educate. That Super Bowl halftime performance uh, that encapsulated the true essence of what the Foundation for Black Arts and Culture (FBA) envisioned hip hop to be. And real quick, this is the people that hate Drake. These are the people that hate Drake and they feel like they got a hold on, and they hate any of you newer artists too. And if you're not rappity rap and sound like a certain rap criteria, they hate you too. It's a little bit it's a little bit sad to see, but these are the exact people that were waiting on Drake's downfall, and they're gonna artificially uplift Kendrick Lamar. But it just doesn't translate in real life, as you've seen, and we're gonna get into some of these clips here, but it doesn't really translate in real life. This next one says Kendrick Lamar is so overrated. Worst Super Bowl halftime show in history. And it says my Super Bowl party right now. I mean, you got a couple of people in there doing they big ones. So someone said that Drake might pop out at the Super Bowl to perform Poetic Justice with Kendrick, and someone commented, "Y'all think this is a Marvel?" The next one says Kendrick using the Super Bowl stage to spotlight his latest album was a bold move. The halftime show leans on nostalgia, but he showed up with new material, never coasting on his legacy and always looking forward. That kind of fearlessness is exactly why he's still on top. Another delusional post. And it's more this is another quote tweet because so many people are in the camp of this just not being a great halftime show. It says Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show, where you ain't got to read all that. So when you go to the Super Bowl and got to let them know about Kendrick, yeah, he had to put a lot of people on. He had to put a lot of people on. The only artist I've ever seen play the Super Bowl and not do all their hits. Kendrick Lamar makes good music and is a very good artist, but he just doesn't have the hits for a stage like the Super Bowl. Said Drake should be happy. Kendrick Lamar just gave us one of the worst Super Bowl performances. Drake watching Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance right now. They say, I ain't gonna lie, right now I'm getting cooked. A lot of people are going in on SZA as well for saying that her mic was definitely off the entire time. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let's see. It says this next one says Kendrick Lamar is not the type of American culture we should be promoting to our children and around the world. We should be promoting musical artists that have real vocal or instrumental talent and don't use slurs as lyrics. The entire world watches the Super Bowl. Embarrassing. Truth about the halftime show. 75% of the Super Bowl viewers had no idea what he said except for A minor and turn the TV off. I feel dumb for watching it. Flopping fish are more animated. It says I appreciated that Kendrick kept it from being totally inappropriate like others. Only generational stars where the majority of the country knows 4 or 5 of their songs should be invited to play the halftime show. That's not Kendrick. Was nice to see American flags on stage. Was more a karaoke than a Super Bowl performance. Imagine all the grandpas trying to watch it. I bet their commentary was hilarious. And yeah, it was it was definitely not the most it wasn't the most exciting show, and Kendrick could have definitely had did better. It says Kendrick performance. Let's go to this one. It says Kendrick Lamar was the first ever rapper to solo headline the Super Bowl halftime show. It was flawless. So as you can see, there is a lot of people giving him praise, and then there was a lot of people uh giving him flack as well. The West Coast, everybody from the West Coast is over here, they're glazing uh pretty hard, you know what I'm saying? But let's start getting into the real detractors. I think this is pretty good right here when I watched it. Let's just look into
in recent memory. First, all right, y'all, I'm sorry. Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl was whack. That was one of the worst halftime shows in recent memory. First of all, Kendrick Lamar is not mainstream. Like, people do not know those songs. The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin. All right, because nobody knew these songs. Nobody knew what he was rapping about outside of Not Like Us, obviously.
Now, that was a real critique, because if you didn't know Kendrick's songs word for word, it was a real thing that you didn't understand the shit that he was saying. A lot, at least in the good first half of his performance, you didn't understand half of what the fuck that he was saying. He was just making sounds and clicks like he was, you know what I'm saying, talking in some fucking foreign African, ancient African language. Like I really hate when he performs. I'm not gonna lie. I usually don't really like that Kendrick Lamar's performances that much, because he's always making these weird ass sounds and doing all of this weird ass shit on stage that people somehow find they find it cool or whatever. But I don't really find it. But that is a real criticism. I'm gonna let him cook. But that is a real criticism. You couldn't really understand what he was saying.
But nobody knows these songs. Second of all, Blinkety Black Black, I'm So Much Blacker Than You. Halftime shows are very passe. Like, that stuff peaked in the BLM era. It's very not of this moment. It very much does not work. And also, it's been done better. So at this point, nobody cares. Third of all, 43-year-old mother of two, Serena Williams, in a bad blonde wig, like crip walking, is embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. She should be embarrassed for herself. It's just all really, really passe. There is nothing about that halftime performance that worked. So what I need to tell the NFL, Rock Nation, anybody that's doing that Super Bowl, try to make a show that's for all of America, because that was not for all of America. That was for like a fringe that knows Kendrick Lamar and that knows, his reps. Like, you're not going to tell me that that man is mainstream, that this is some mainstream superstar whose songs everybody knows, because I am telling you, the people that I was with, those white people at this place that I was with, were looking at each other like, they didn't know what was going on. All right. I didn't know what was going on. It was whack. It was boring. It wasn't cool. I'm tired of rappers at the Super Bowl. Like, can we have one Super Bowl where we just do something that just brings different genres together? Like, I'm tired of seeing rappers bopping around. It was embarrassing. It was bad. And there's a lot of Black people in media that, their job is to say that everything that a Black celebrity does is great and whatever. I'm here to tell you that it is whack. I don't care what anybody says. Kendrick was whack. Serena was whack. The whole thing was just not good.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it was whack, and as we're going to see here, and I mean, Kendrick is capable of better. He's just capable of better. That's really all I can say about it. I mean, I can't really. Besides, I do like the idea of merging genres and bringing multiple artists to the forefront and to the stage, because Kendrick definitely wasn't enough. I guess that's why they threw SZA in there. But I personally thought SZA, he might have, gave SZA, the stage to have her own little moment and maybe perform some more recognizable songs, while he maybe did an outfit change and did, a position change or whatever. But that didn't really happen. But I don't know. I think this was a big fumble. No pun intended. That was the worst halftime show I've ever seen. Anti-American propaganda aside, boring choreo, boring outfits, boring set, no impressive singing or instrumental performances. Really just a cultural low. Okay. Kendrick halftime show was so bad. Don't let anybody else try to tell you otherwise. The crowd was not moved an inch. Now, this is where we start getting into this footage because I'm not gonna lie. This footage is kind of damning. This footage is kind of damning. Um, I think I think a lot of people had hyped this up and hyped this moment up to be, bigger than Kendrick Lamar can deliver. Now, I think a person like Kendrick Lamar is going to be happy about his his wins and stuff like that regardless, but yeah, I don't think the people were feeling it at all, and the only people that were feeling it were mostly Kendrick fans. And this just goes to see Double XL posted this article. It says, look, the hip hop community is giving Kendrick Lamar a standing ovation across the internet after witnessing him pop out and show him that he could command the stage at 2025 Super Bowl. See with J-Rock, Killer Mike, Rhapsody, all the people who, of course, are going to glaze Kendrick or who has been glazing Kendrick this entire time. Let's just get into these comments. I said, TDE said, a worst Super Bowl halftime of all time. Oh, hell nah. Watch this. Art of Drake said compromise. Another person said LMAO, Double XL is on the payroll. This shit was ass. No way. No, they are laughing and saying it should have been Wayne. Stop lying. He is getting clowned for the absolute worst Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. Another person posted cat. This person said, I'm a huge Kendrick fan. This show wasn't it. What comments are y'all reading? They're doing a good job of trying to cover it up. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick is not even trending anymore. It says the hip hop community is giving Kendrick Lamar a standing ovation. Let's see what this says real quick.
You just made that up.
It says greatest ever, the GOAT. Me when I lie. Shit was ass. Another person says West Coast legend. Fake headlines. He said no, they aren't. It was ass. Standing ovation. Where? Someone says the GOAT. This person posted who? This person's posted the whole world said he sucks. Stop lying. Don't try to change the narrative. It was a snooze fest. Nothing good about the show was interesting. It was just an overhyped, over-cuddled short man who masquerades as this deep introspective man, but is really a clout chaser. Just stop. Oh man. This one says LMAO couldn't be more false. They're making fun of this bum for throwing the worst Super Bowl halftime show in history. It says Drake D writing is unhinged fan base spamming who in the comments are ignorant as hell. They give you a link to an article to see all their replies. Y'all niggas need to stop brainwashing people for real. We all know this shit was awful. What the fuck? No, we don't, bitch. It's Double XL high. It's Double XL high as fuck. What internet are you motherfuckers using? All I see is people saying it was ass. And I'm telling you, the general consensus and everything you was saying, people can say it was their narrative. We're just going through the comments. I'm trying to tell you niggas. It says, I've been saying it. Media tries to paint a picture as if Kendrick is the guy for the past 15 years. The internet is trashing the boy and y'all over here lying. Oh, the internet is trashing boy and y'all over here lying. This person posted, oh yeah, Drizzy's is up in here posting the real. I'm sorry. Says SMH, all the black folks with the dislikes are Drake fans. So lame. He said, we see who else on the payroll. This person posted, are they? And this one says, he posted a couple of comments. Lil Wayne deserved the halftime show in New Orleans. Entire performance was dry. Can't tell me without SZA and the Drake beef that anyone would be gassing this. Deadass beyond boring. My comment about the halftime show has nothing to do with age or nothing else. I actually enjoyed recent performances by Usher and The Weeknd, but that was the worst entertainment I've seen at the Super Bowl halftime. Yikes. Said, ain't no way y'all lying like this. Daily Mail Online. This was the one of the first articles that was posted. But Kendrick Lamar slammed for the worst halftime show ever during the Super Bowl 2025 performance. This was posted by the Daily Mail. LMAO, no, the hip hop community is not giving Mr. Morale a standing ovation. They very much divided. You piece of shit publication. Say, y'all can't twist y'all way out of this one. Can't continue to brainwash people. It's done. It's a wrap. Says, nah, we not trying to hear that. That show was a 2-pack of ass. Everyone said it was trash. Stop changing the narrative. Read the fucking room. So Double XL is getting fucked up in these comments. I mean, y'all are seeing it for yourself. These are not just Drake fans, but let's go into the gaming world. Let's just go into the gaming world. My boy Angry Joe posted about this performance as well. He said the winner of the Super Bowl is Kendrick Lamar, a whole different community. This is the gaming community. Okay, we not even talking about the Kendrick fans. We're not talking about the Drake fans. This is the gaming community, which some of them might be Kendrick and Drake fans as well. But they're not as invested in this shit as some of the rest of us are. Let's just go into what the gaming community is saying. That shit was terrible. People didn't start cheering until he said, "Hey, Drake." Crazy. The majority of people are saying this shit was ass. KKK meaning in these replies. Says, did anyone know what he was saying? I don't speak Latin. Nah, because it should have been Wayne. It says, are you trying to compliment Kendrick or insult the game today? That show was fire. Not a rap fan, really. I like Rihanna's performance better. Yelp. Trash. He came out, showed up, and showed out. He called Drake out. Fuck the lawsuits. That beef is over game, set, match. Kendrick Lamar is a knockout blow. 5 Grammys in a Super Bowl performance. Never seen a diss track ever blow up like that. So he getting some praise here there. Says, yes, sir. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. Excuse me. This says you could hear what he was saying. He was drowned out by his beat track the entire time. This one says, I honestly prefer the performance with Dre and his crew. Even Kendrick performed better there. Not sure what happened this time around. Felt pretty underwhelming. It was fucking terrible. Can't understand a word he's saying. I don't know any of his songs. Trash. I don't know what's worse, Patrick Mahomes' performance or whoever this random guy is. Dude, that was average as fuck. Ice Cube did a better job in the World Series, and he was out there alone. Weird haters in the comments. I thought it was great. Worst halftime show ever, potentially. It all sounded the same to me. I mean, if we're going by streams or rap sales, then Drake is still number one. But that's only like consistent data in numbers matter over like general vibes and recency bias. I love his music and I know the songs, yet couldn't understand a word he was saying. It was shit, AJ. When are we deading a Cannibal Corpse halftime shoe G's? Okay. I love Kendrick, but I couldn't barely hear him, which is weird because I could hear Sam and the other singers perfectly. I don't know. I think that's an ad. I don't know. I'm not about to read that. Nah, it was trash, bro. Looked good, sound terrible. That performance was disappointing at best. Says that was fucking awful. LOL. Bad take on that, Joe. He barely performed any of his actual hit. That shit was ass. Always knew you were the GOAT, Joe. Hell of a rapper, good music. Performance just didn't hit for me. I don't know. He killed it, just didn't seem big. Super Bowl, Puff. Okay, he's talking in Spanish. He's bugging out. He's bugging out. This shit was boring as fuck. Joe, you drunk, go home. But you probably home anyway, so just leave the room. How? Why bring nerd rap to a city, New Orleans, so enriched with music culture? Should have represented with some real New Orleans music. Wayne ain't got enough in the tank anymore. That was mid, boy. Stop. It says Drake watching Angry Joe post. For what, Joe? That was horrible. Hell yeah, what a performance. Where are those PlayStation symbols? That was horrible. Really? That was mid as fuck, to be honest. Garbage. Bring back rock bands. No diversity. I can feel your pain. Fuck the Eagles. It was boring. So, this is the gaming community. This is Angry Joe, 332,000 followers, and putting that out into his community. You see the general consensus when it comes down to it. So now let's step into the quartering again. Equally as many followers, 380,000 followers. And he also posted the Super Bowl and posted to his community something random. Now he's more of a political, news content, shit like that. And so this is coming from people on his end with a little bit of, viral Twitter mixed in. But he made a comment on the performance, which I don't necessarily agree with, because I mean, this is just you niggas over here crying at this point. I know white people can't dance, but not a single one made the cut, bro. It's Black History Month. It's not about that. It's Kendrick Lamar of all people. Yeah, like no, it wasn't time for that. But besides that, let's just get into some of his comments. It says, well, that's besides the point. It says, what did you expect from the artist that dropped Not Like Us? It's literally in the song title. It is what it is. It says they're sending a message, and that message is the worst halftime show in history. Don't even stress on it. No, that was the point. It says people still don't see the subliminal messaging. Wild. Let's see. So, as a white person, which never thought I'd have to use this for a standing argument, song with nothing to do with white or black or Asian, etc., has to do with one person, which he's addressing, Not Like Us. Is him saying you are trying to steal our cadence and identity or flow, etc. Damn, I lost my place. When it's only beneficial to them in making money, we are not black, and you are not like us. Ha ha ha! Take that, white people. The whole background of this one man is to stop the fighting in the black community and bring awareness. But in this song, it has nothing to do with that. Strictly a diss on someone else. Okay, Yeah, you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on, brother. It says Kendrick Lamar is known anti-white racist. This doesn't surprise me. We can dance, but it wasn't the vision. I prefer people to base things off what they actually want, rather try to satisfy a bunch of bitches. Oh man. This is kind of besides the point, but that's just some funny that's some funny commentary right there. I don't know if he made any direct commentary about the performance itself, but yeah, I mean, the general consensus is that, you know, the performance, it just wasn't hitting like that. All the regulars are going to praise it. All the Kendrick stans and Kendrick Glazers, they're going to praise it, of course. And all the Drake haters, they're going to shit on it, of course. But I expected to genuinely be wow. And if y'all listen to me on a regular, you know, if it's a real performance, and a breathtaking performance that this was hyped up to be, then I'd be the first to say it. But it just wasn't giving that. It just didn't give that at all. So then also with the Super Bowl, I guess the Super Bowl, his set list was leaked. And DJ Academics, who is taking credit for leaking the set list, is now saying that the NFL, I mean, might be in talks to sue him for leaking Kendrick Lamar's set list.
You niggas don't leak shit. Y'all niggas suck dick. I told y'all what's gonna happen. It fucking happened. You nigga like, yo, nothing bigger than the chat, nigga. Let me tell you, I got that nigga Kendrick's fucking Super Bowl performance. A nigga who worked at the fucking arena is a chat nigga. Fuck who, niggas labels tight to me, and they pay me. But we gonna work it out. Can't beat the chat. Stop it. You heard what I'm saying? That's how I got it.
I took your card and that was it.
Get my Interscope. How'd you get it? The NFL hit me. Act, we gonna sue you. We'll do the. I told him, I said, I'm gonna call him Drake. No, I Drake my man's, but y'all gonna sue me? Because I don't sue. Actually, I would sue. I'm playing. Actually, I would. Anyway, they said they sent me an email this morning. They said, don't mention the track list. Because apparently when we leaked it, they got paranoid. You know what I did? I went live on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. I went live on Twitter, and I leaked that bitch. I just want to show y'all, any of y'all journalists who ever think y'all on my level, suck a dick. I'm going to end the...
Holy. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. If that was the case, I guess he wanted to change it. I think we got a Joe Budden clip too. Let's see. Because Joe actually, here we go. Joe actually went in on this set list, and it's so funny that it was actually true. Let's just take a step in the past, and you know, get in our time machines real quick and enjoy this moment. Just listen to this.
All of the people that believe that was Kendrick's Super Bowl lineup, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I have a copy of the what is the quote unquote leak.
Read it so they can hear just how stupid they are.
Yeah, I was like, this makes no sense to me.
Actually, don't read it yet. Okay. Y'all are really stupid. Seriously. You know, I sat through all 12 minutes and 19 seconds of this. Some of y'all idiots out there are too damn devoted. Y'all really did it. Y'all really put like band breaks.
Yeah, the whole shit is in
They put fucking song segues. Mm-hmm. Let me tell whoever this cultureless kid is that put this together. This is the worst Super Bowl lineup I've ever heard.
And that's the point.
Yeah, somebody just
Damn. Jeez. Ooh. Yeah, I guess this is not aging well.
trying to make Kendrick look stupid on Super Bowl weekend.
Yep.
No.
No, Joe. That was the set list.
All right. Oh. No Good Kid, Mad City.
Here,
I'm just Mad GNX records.
Let me read it. Well, all right, let me read it. Then
knock it off.
So the leaked set list is Bodies, which is the GNX snippet.
Okay.
Squabble Up.
Euphoria came on.
Humble. DNA. Euphoria. Then Fuck the Big Three line from Like That Plays.
Oh, my Lord.
Man at the Garden. Peekaboo. Then Kendrick says he wants to perform his favorite song, alludes to it being Not Like Us. Luther. All the Stars. Not Like Us plays. And then it says Certified Lover Boy, Certified, and then Another Sound is made, and then TV off.
Yeah.
This is the apps.
That was the exact list, word for word, bar for bar, step by step. Holy shit. Damn. These niggas look crazy.
Absolute worst April Fool's jokes ever. This is not happening. Punch would punch him. Somebody would step in if he got up. Let me tell y'all something. Hey, cam up. If y'all think Man at the Garden is coming on tomorrow night, you've been in a good garden.
you smoking a good shit.
That's the gardens.
Stupid, yo.
Yeah,
you know, I did like when that little second half of Euphoria came on in the 12 minutes, but then I was like, wait a second. Why am I jamming a Euphoria in a fake Super Bowl lineup? I don't think that's happening.
I don't either.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't.
They left a lot of slap.
Yeah. And ironically, Joe has not said anything or updated his Twitter since then. He's been, ironically quiet through all of this, but I'm here to tell you that was the whole set list, line for line, step by step. So I mean, it's like I say, you're looking a tad bit crazy. Let's just go into some of these. It says, I know Joe Budden feel like an asshole. He was loud and wrong. This one says, oh my God, you cooked for this first time in a long time. So Joe Budden was dead wrong, and that Kendrick set list was accurate. Says, I haven't watched the Joe Budden podcast in a while, but I will be tuned in the next episode to see how he spins this. The culturalist kid turning out to actually be Kendrick is pure comedy. Joe Budden said Kendrick leaked set list was trash and it never happened. Kendrick just performed it exactly bar for bar. Can't wait to listen to the next Joe Budden podcast. The backpedaling will be epic. Says, y'all think Joe Budden will ever have a change of heart tomorrow after realizing the leak was real? It says, it's finished. Just stay off your page and don't watch Joe Budden. Only thing this nigga said was, I got a Super Bowl commercial. Another one off the bucket list. Big prize picks gang. Flacco says, Joe Budden said that the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance was trash. Yes, the leak we heard days ago was the exact audio track they used at the halftime show. Even Drake's biggest hater is saying Kendrick had a trash show. Man, that's crazy. I've actually never watched a trending Joe Budden podcast clip that isn't talking about Drake. Says Joe Budden in a Super Bowl commercial. Do y'all know how rough it was being a Joe Budden fan for an extended amount of time? Has been. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be it's probably real hard for you right now, buddy. As you can see, it's probably been hard for the last 12 hours. Right? It's been hard for you. Pause. Incredible. It's incredible how people are finally waking up to the truth. Joe Budden, who has long praised Kendrick Lamar, just described K. Dot's Super Bowl performance as a horrible snooze fest. It's almost comical to see this shift in perception. I can only imagine how pleased my goat is. Oh, okay, we ain't doing all of that, but cool. That's not really what he said, but cool. Give it up, Joe Budden. Okay, that's some old shit. But yeah, yeah, they frying Joe Buttons right now. They frying him right now. But yeah, it's pretty sad to see that that was his perception, and that turned out being exactly exactly what was listed and what leaked. So I think that was pretty funny. This one says, I don't really care about the beef, but there's only one group of people who think this was boring. I don't think a creative person alive thinks this wasn't strategically planned and executed. More people posting about it too. This is just on the For You. It says, I think y'all gotta watch this shit again. To change that many lyrics, change the original flows of the song, and walk around that long without sounding crazy winded. This is a masterful display of artistry. It's not hard to change your lyrics when you know your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. So, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't get that angle, but no, there could have been more done. It could have been a better show. I mean, the dancers, I mean, the choreography wasn't even really that crazy. I mean, I don't know. It could have been more done. And this, I'm not searching anything. I'm just going off the raw what I'm getting. Said the American flag colors, all black dancers, Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam. Like, why aren't we talking about this? I get the A minor shit is cool, but Kendrick actually used the opportunity to say something that is unbelievably huge. Okay. Damn, a lot of people are posting about this performance. You can tell the people who run Hollywood aren't Western because they promote this kind of music to our society. Looks like an African tribe dance. Yo, what is wrong with these niggas? This nigga says looks like an African tribe dancing around a fire pit to war drums. Not our style, not our culture, yet they spend millions marketing this to you. Why are niggas about to make me defend Kendrick right now? Because nigga, what are you fucking talking about, bro? Black culture is American culture, and in hip hop is American culture. And everything birthed from hip hop and around hip hop is Black and American culture. So, bro, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about? Yeah. I don't know, man. Nigga Boosie Badass says Serena giving Heartbroken by Drake vibes. Nah, Boosie. Oh man. Everybody is posted about this fucking performance right now. Said it says, well done, everyone. You gaslit yourself and everyone that people actually listen to this shit just to see someone else fall. It's unfortunate. None of the Spotify bots attended the show, though. Look pretty quiet this year. Everybody's posting about this shit. This is XQC. Let me see. Is he posting about this? I don't know. He's not posting about that. They got some news coming in on Drake, but we're gonna get to that in another episode. Yeah, Apple posted this weird ass shit as well. Like, this was just weird as fuck. Let's go through some of these comments to get these reactions. This shit nigga said, y'all good? He said, tweet through the pain, Apple intern. Oh man, they're frying. I'm telling you, they're frying niggas.
Gamma. I certainly threw out some wild theories regarding Gamma as it pertains to Drake.
You want the truth? Streaming is that it's provided predictable insight into recurring revenue. The thing that I'll say to you about the artist you just mentioned is that if you look at his music, he's bigger than the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined. I don't mean like one artist from that era. I mean all of those eras combined.
Sheesh, that was all. Bro just hit a little mic drop there. This one says, can we just get a Metallica halftime show for once? This one says, the fact Drake legit launched Apple Music and you tweet this is nasty. I think it says switching to Spotify. Stop the dick riding. Yeah, this thing says 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10. It says, well, I canceled my Apple Music subscription and I'm planning to leave the iPhone in the coming months. All right, y'all niggas can't be that bad. It says canceling Apple Music. Spotify, how much? Kendrick Lamar just proved once again why he's one of the greatest. The energy, the stage presence, the delivery, 100% top tier performance. What do y'all think? Damn, 70 comments there, motherfucker. I ain't even about to go down that rabbit hole. We already getting enough right here. It says, you should be quoting Lil Wayne's song. This ain't it. It says, hey, Apple, next Super Bowl, can you bring a halftime with something else than rap? Been 2 in a row now. Check your app. There's a lot of music style out there. I'm a huge Drizzy fan, but K. Silly for asking, bro, if your homie got a weird case, why is he around? Bruh said the case is weird. Okay. That nigga lawsuit thicker than Sarah J. Says the worst halftime show. Posted a bunch of pictures of the people saying that shit. No, this what the culture feeling right now. He says, okay, I'm not like you. Next time, get some rock and roll for the halftime show. I can hear the cancellation of Apple Music calling. Says Apple Music came to finish Drake off. Like, after 5 years of being with Apple Music, I'm officially canceling my subscription. You just lost a customer. After my free subscription, I'm done. Switching to Spotify. Yeah, y'all just lost a loyal customer. Picking sides is crazy. Niggas, a lot of niggas canceling their subscription. Wasn't Drake an Apple Music partner? Is the halftime show for the players or the audiences? Yeah, Apple Music, we didn't like the halftime show music. This was insane. Worst halftime show in the history of the Super Bowl. Looked like a damn BML riot. Looked like a damn BML riot all over again. I have PTSD for that shit. I almost needed a doctor. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'll cancel Apple Music right now, ho. It says LMAO, them bots hitting. Ain't it? Whoever tweeted this on y'all team, his mom is a bitch. Oh my God. Yo, Twitter, yo, I know y'all niggas, if y'all niggas are niggas like me, And if you're still here in the show right now, then you're a motherfucker who just love reading the comments of these niggas going in. Like this shit. Oh my god, hilarious. I'm real life crying right now. Man. Oh man. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So look, the general consensus, I just had to extensively prove my point. This is just, I don't know, man. This is just what it is. Oh man, I got tears flowing out of my eyes. That was funny. Look, this is just the general consensus, man. It seems like the people have spoken, and when you're gonna get on the stage to try to quote unquote take Drake's place, you have to be able to be capable of filling that void. Now, Kendrick Lamar was given this look, and like I said, just to wrap up my opinion, it was kind of a flop. It was mid. I'm not on the most dramatic end of the spectrum, but it can easily be seen as the most generic, or it gives real generic. Or I can see people comparing this up to the worst Super Bowl halftime of all time. I haven't exactly done my research, but that would have to be. I'm pretty sure all the YouTube historians and nutcases are making their top 10 Super Bowl performances or top 10 worst right now as we speak, just to prove this point. But until that time comes, I don't really see this being anywhere near where where it could have been, or where it should have been, or how it was hyped to be. I'm not gonna go into the Prince tweets, but Wayne was trending a lot last night, and a lot of people were giving their opinions when it came down to it as well. It says maybe Lil Wayne should have performed instead of Kendrick Lamar, because this shit is ass. It says the Kendrick Lamar performance, y'all disrespected Lil Wayne over? LMAO. All right. It says, yeah, just give Lil Wayne that Super Bowl performance next time. Don't make it about industry connections or Twitter opinions no more. It says RT, this is Antonio Brown, AB. It says RT, if Lil Wayne should have got that halftime show. Brick Center says this halftime show is so trash. It should have been Lil Wayne. It says Lil Wayne would have had the arena lit. It says Lil Wayne would have done a way better Super Bowl performance. A person who's never watched Lil Wayne perform recently. This halftime show stinks. Ain't nobody trying to hear these Black Panther party raps during the Super Bowl. They really should have just let Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys turn up for the city. No tea, no shade. Lil Wayne should have performed. I can't believe they didn't get Lil Wayne. Mind you, this was Lil Wayne just last year at WrestleMania. Wait, so y'all disrespected Lil Wayne and his legacy for weeks, called him washed, jealous, and bitter just for the performance to be ranked the worst of all time? So y'all shitted on Wayne for months for Kendrick to do that? Crazy. Skip Bayless says, I'm not watching this halftime show out of respect for my brother Lil Wayne, who obviously should be playing in his hometown of New Orleans. This is just so wrong. And this is just a little take from Club.
Well, what do they all have in common when it comes to Jay-Z? Jay-Z tried to sign every single one of them. Those are the three that said no. Lil Wayne, they tried to sign Lil Wayne when that whole Birdman shit was going on. Lil Wayne was like, nah, I'm all right.
And that's when the picture was released. Oh, you kissing this nigga.
Exactly. And he tried to fucking sign Nicki. Nicki was like, I think I can do this on my own. I got Wayne. Boom.
All right, fine. Your butt's fake and you're about to be with a pedophile. We got something for you. All right,
Drake.
next Drake.
Drake, hey, are you trying to sign him? Do that whole fucking title shit and all that bullshit before it?
Dave's going in. It says, and that's who y'all disrespected Lil Wayne for. It says, tell Lil Wayne you're sorry. So J. Cole said it best. If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him. Kendrick Lamar's entire set was about Drake. The songs were boring and unknown. Choreography is lazy. Lil Wayne deserves an apology, and y'all need to be honest about Kendrick's manufactured winnings. Yikes. Yeah. This is who Twitter said would be better than Lil Wayne performance. Let me see this.
Can I get my iPad?
I'm dead. Yeah. Y'all get it, man. I had to go in extensively just to prove this point because people are going to try and spin this moment. A lot of people, the usual characters, you know what I'm saying? Deleted thought, Screwface thought, the company thought, all those thoughts is gonna, be trying to spin this as some type of nail in the coffin, and they hype this moment to be this grandiose, grand finale, and it was kind of a dud. It was, and just respectfully, it was kind of a dud. But a lot of niggas are gonna try to spin this moment, but I have to have this episode here just to take account of what the internet was saying, what people were really saying, which is being echoed everywhere online. You don't usually see, and people can say what they say about online and being on X or Twitter, but there is never just an overwhelming consensus about one thing. There rarely is, you know what I'm saying? So, I think that it's important that we have episodes like this where we go through exactly what happened and we take notes in history, because a lot of our detractors, a lot of the people who are critical of this side, as I said, they like to spin stories and narratives, and it's imperative that we do our due diligence and just call this shit down the middle, call it right. I can sit here and act like the shit was trash and whatever all I want, but that's not really me. If the performance was breathtaking, if it was a performance of a lifetime like people hyped it up to be, then I would have been the first to say it. I would have been the first to give Kendrick his flowers. I've done it before on this channel. But I said it on X, and people immediately tried to take it as me hating, but I was just trying to keep it a buck. It was mid. That was my first raw thought after it was over. It was just like, this was mid. So at the end of the day, the internet took it a little bit of a step further. A lot of people are calling it the worst Super Bowl halftime of all time. And you can't just say it's because people are hating on the shit and they have a bias. There's people who genuinely didn't know what the fuck this nigga was saying. They didn't know what he was talking about. All the lyric changes you had to do and the extra stuff when there's plenty of artists who have music with no cussing, no this, no that, you know, which, I mean, he could have performed songs as well that were, you know, didn't require as much lyric changes. But I think that set list into, you know, those selections of songs on the grand stage like that was a bad idea because it didn't resonate with most people. It didn't resonate with the people there. It didn't resonate with the people at home. And the only people it did resonate to was the people who, you know, are hardcore Kendrick stans and Glazers. And, you know, the media who, you know, he's a media darling. He's an industry darling. So they're going to give him favorable reviews across the board. But I mean, this is why, like I said, we do an episode like this because we just got to take account of history. Okay. So appreciate you guys stopping through, getting the comment box. And yeah, I really think it'll be interesting going from here because it's an obvious momentum shift. It might be a little bit of a bump in the road, probably not a complete slowdown, but definitely a momentum shift in the blind Kendrick glazing. So yeah. Get in the comment box with you guys' opinions. I always appreciate you guys hitting me with what's on your mind and your takes. Of course, all are welcome in the Doja Room, so get in while the invitation lasts. And yeah, I've been your boy Dope Boy Diesel. You can follow me on all platforms. As you can see, I'm very heavily active on X. So, you know, hop in there with me, chop it up with me. Let's talk. If you want to get in the DMs and want to be next up on the show to sit down and either hit some topics, either debate, then all are welcome, as I said. And I appreciate my subscribers. If you're one of the people who watch all the way into the end and you've lasted this long, I appreciate you. I thank you for looking out, and I will see you guys next time. This has been another episode of the Doja Room. I'm your boy Dope Boy Diesel, and I am out.
Yeah. Hey, this that special sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry only needs